comes directly from her father, who served in this same position. And she served the city of Eureka admirably. And then when she stepped up to be a county supervisor, she stepped up her game even more. She's the one person I can turn to at all times. We exchange more phone calls than two people should exchange and stuff like that. But I can't say enough good about Virginia's commitment to Eureka, Humboldt County. I mean, I use the line, the nut don't fall far from the tree, it runs in her family. I think the idea of having people that serve you, that are committed and have passion, I think that should be a prerequisite, because they live here. They suffer the consequences. They know what their decisions are. She is a voracious studier. Sometimes if I cut corners, I ask her, hey, did you read that whole thing? Tell me what it says. So it's just, she's like my Cliff Notes sometimes. Oh, I just told my story, didn't I? But I do ask. No, she's served us well since the council and into the chambers, and I can't, and I'm so glad to have her. She was my neighbor for a while, and then she moved away, and I'm talking up here. I mean, yeah, I moved. But she does a great job, and I think this showing, I'd say it again, when I look out and I see him, former Supervisor Smith here, and he was her neighbor for a while, and he knows what kind of job she can do. You bet. I think she learned a little bit about commitment to community from him, even more so, and it hasn't wavered at all. So with that, another guy that goes along those same lines is Mayor Frank Yeager, who I am proud to present to say a few words about Virginia. Thank you guys for being here.
All right, we know where Rex gets his information in. No, I'm really honored to be here to support Virginia today. As a mother and a former business owner, she's been in the trenches and she knows what this community needs. And as a former mayor in the city of Eureka, she is especially attuned to what we need in the 4th District, which comprises most of the city of Eureka. So I'm really honored to be able to support Virginia, to endorse Virginia, and I look forward to working with you for another 4 years. Thank you. I'll turn this over to Councilwoman Linda Sherbolini.
Good afternoon on this beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. It really is a pleasure and an honor for me to stand up for Virginia today. We've been friends for a long time, way back in the OH's days, where she was a hard worker then, and she continues to be a hard worker now. Raising 2 boys, I don't know how many Saturdays we spent in a gym watching wrestling. It was just endless, it seemed like. But dedicated as she was to her community then, she stepped up and ran for city council and won. And then she ran for mayor and won. And then she courageously ran for supervisor against a long-term incumbent and won. So this girl knows how to get things done. When I first was interested in the council seat vacated by Mayor Yeager when he won his election, I went to a lot of people, but I first went to Virginia because I really respected her experience and knowledge as a council person and a mayor in the city, and I wanted her perspective on, what a day in the life of a city council person was. And despite the bad things, she encouraged me to throw my hat in the ring. And she has, since that time, and always has been a mentor for me. So she's very open and easy to talk to, very wants to share her experiences, and she keeps an open mind. And I think that's what she's brought to the supervisory seat that she sits in now. She listens to the issues, she talks to the people, and she makes the best decision for her constituents and for all of us citizens in the county. So we want to keep Virginia working for us. We want to keep her in this supervisory seat. So let's all get out there and support her and get this done in June and get back to business. Thank you. Well, it is truly an honor to turn this microphone over to the master of politics, Jimmy Smith.
Thank you, Melinda. And thank you, Virginia, for letting me be here today. This is really an honor for me. It's been a number of years ago when Virginia and I started working together. She was on the city council and later as mayor. But the one thing that really stood out, I think, with Virginia was she worried about every individual in this city and the surrounding areas. Time after time, she would call, we would get together to talk about an individual family or a person. Several times it was veterans, where problems had occurred in families and people needed mental health assistance, they needed food, they needed transportation, whatever the problem was, we could dig in together, and she was relentless in the effort to make sure that that family or that individual was taken care of. And it so impressed me that she worked with all of her heart, so hard, for so many years, to do the right thing for people, to integrate Eureka and the county together, which is carried forward now with Supervisor Bone, with the Harbor Commission, special districts, council members, all the people that are here today, to make sure that the problems that are out there that we have to find reasonable ways to resolve are met together. And I think all of you, I see all the council members here today, which is a great honor, my Harbor Commission friends, people from every walk of life. So for me, to work with this lady has indeed been an honor. So I am happily introducing the lady that I think deserves re-election as quickly as possible, Supervisor Virginia Betts.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. And we have a big thanks to Rex for holding this down, just so you know. I told him he can't move because I don't want anyone to be hurt by flying objects. So this way he can't talk anymore. So thank you all for being here. And one thing that I wanted to mention briefly is hopefully in the crowd there's supposed to be people with clipboards, or at least a few of them out there, getting endorsement signatures. In the last week, we've got over 350 neighbors, friends, relatives, one person from Shasta County, not sure how that happened, but signing. And we'd really like to get your signatures because it's easier for us to, how do I put that? Put those in publications and cause less problems in the long run. So please be on the lookout for who is out there with it. Where is my clipboard person? All right. Stop taking pictures and start clipboarding. All right. Gotta get things done. And also, please take an umbrella we were planning for today. So 2000, 2004, 2006, 2010, twice actually, 2010, and today. 6 times now I have stood before you all asking for your support of me and your trust in me as an elected member of this community. For some of you, today is our first experience doing this together. For many of you, you were here for that very first one back in the summer of 2000. And actually, I do want to recognize there's probably a few here that are not here in support of me. But thank you for coming out here and braving the weather anyway, because I think it's important, and I want to share my views with you as well. So whatever the case, the fact that you're all here today, taking your time out of your busy day, braving weather that actually cleared just in time, means the world to me, and I am absolutely, truly humbled by your support. And I'll tell you right now, Can you hear me, by the way? All right, good. That beats the last time I did one of these up here. But I'll tell you right now that I'm absolutely proud of the work I've done in the last 3 years. And I am hoping with your help, I can continue that work into the next term. Hey, Hank, how are you? Now, people keep asking me, so I figured this is the time to make it official. So if you haven't guessed by now, I am running for re-election. It's hard to keep panning the audience here. While there have been some significant changes, there's still a lot of work to do. When I ran for supervisor in 2010, I felt that there were several things that needed to be fixed before the community could really begin moving forward. And I think that we've made great headway in doing that. From my own experience being across the street at the City of Eureka, I can tell you that the working relationship between the City of Eureka, the County of Humboldt, and to some extent the Harbor District needed repair and strengthening. And I think that we've been able to do that. Through my efforts, as well as the efforts of the other electeds and the very dedicated staff in the different entities, we've made significant progress with our collaborative efforts in making improvements in areas such as economic development, environmental protection, and public safety. And in the near term, through these very same collaborations, you can expect additional creative and proactive steps towards reducing homelessness, empowering neighborhoods, and providing access to those in the community who need access without closing the businesses who provide the very jobs we need in our community. Also, one of the areas I'm proud of is changes in the planning and building department. Prior to my election, I was very aware of the negative impression that many people held of planning and building efforts. We used to call it community development, but we've moved on from there. And while the decisions were difficult, I do believe that we now have a planning and building department that is much more in needs of the community and is very focused on customer service. And with the addition of Kevin Hamblin, who I did see walk around here, there you go. Wow, Kevin, you got they're honking for you. With the addition of Kevin Hamblin as director to our already talented staff and dedicated staff, there's been a shift in attitude. What was once known as the Department of No, you can't get that done, pardon me here, turned into the Department of How can we help you with your goals? Is it perfect? Not hardly. We still have a lot of work to do, but I believe we're definitely improving. And speaking of not perfect, while it's no secret there are some strong differences in opinion amongst our board members, and at times it's a little bit of press, I can tell you that's not really a bad thing. Well, maybe the bad press is, but not the differences of opinion. Our founding fathers set up our form of government so minority opinions can be heard and debated respectfully. We move forward as a county based on what the majority believes is the right way for us to go. But the vigorous debate is good to this process. Okay, next time remind me to cut my hair short. So, in closing, because you're all freezing, I want to thank you again for your support, and of course, I ask for your vote. Those of you who do live in the 4th District, the rest of you don't have to worry about committing voter fraud. I do not want to encourage that. So let's continue moving forward and make Humboldt County an even better place to live. So thanks for being here. Well, thank you very much. Former council member Chuck Goodwin.
Thank you. Thank you on running for re-election. Thank you for your service over at City Hall. You've done a tremendous job the first term, and we're looking forward to many more terms after this one. And these are good luck flowers. I know you're going to be a winner.
Thank you, Chuck. And Chuck was probably one of the ones there in 2000. Anyone else remember back in 2000? Hello. Camera's not rolling, is it? Oh, wait. Yours is. And just thank you all. We'll let you get on with your day. It's cold out here. A lot of people have to go back to there's a very exciting meeting inside if you're interested in hearing the water bond issues. But I think people need a little break, so hope I can provide that. All right, so thank you all for coming. Get back to what you're doing today, and thank you for being here with me.